Hi, Mina. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Oh, do you want tummy rubs? Yeah? Hey, Mina, should we go back? Do you want to go back? No. Hello and happy 2021. I am I am really sitting in the dark because I am about to do a workout, and I like to work out in the dark. Anyway, I'm gonna hop on the bike for a little bit, watch some more of The Queen's Gambit because it ended. Like, I wanted to continue when it ended. The last episode ended last night because of how it ended, but it was late and I was tired and needed to go to bed. So today is January 2nd. So we are 2 days into the new year. I have not done my hair since New Year's Eve. I put it up in this brain and it has been like this ever since. Yesterday was like, I think I got a little bit of footage of like Mina. Today, we are also going to relax and hopefully read part of a book. But we're also gonna get some stuff done. Starting with the bike and Queen's Gambit. For some reason, my bike isn't connecting to Wi-Fi right now, so I can't do like a class. Well, I could put it up on my TV, but I don't want to do a class. I want to watch TV. So watch TV on the bike. But do I want to watch The Queen's Gambit or do I want to watch Black? I've been watching the K-drama Black, and it has like the best premise, which is why I hung out, because the first 4 episodes were like incredibly dull. And now but I liked the characters and like the premise is amazing. If you don't know what Black is, it's about a woman who can see if people are about to die. And I was like, that's cool. So, yeah. Anyway, there's more to it than that. But it's like a murder that's being investigated and really all kinds of things. But it was just like incredibly dull, I found. But I liked the 2 main characters and I liked the premise. So I've been hanging in there, hoping it gets better, and I think it's starting to like turn for the better. So I don't know, we'll see. Queen's Gambit or Black. So anyway, happy 2021. You got some snow on your body. Are you on the lookout? I'm on the ice again. Yay. Hey, Means, come over here. Look, it's icy. Look at that, there's ice. You're gonna take me out on the ice? You know I'm a grandma. Get that little roll in the snow. Alright, should we go inside? So my Tuesday church has a food shelf, and they are moving locations. So they had a setup where they had to like set everything up and take it down every week. And they wanted like a permanent space, and we've looked at like a couple of different options, but we finally, like, this room used to be a music room, but like music people there are other places that music rehearsal can take place. So we're giving them this room, which is great because there's a door that goes outside. It doesn't take away from the other 2 spaces that they've talked about Um, yeah, it's really exciting that they're getting this. They're on hold for a couple more weeks. They took December off because they're between directors and now this move. So they'll be starting up again soon. But I came in to take some pictures to share on Facebook. But it's really exciting to see this all taking shape. You know, it's going to be a good work day when it brings you to Wisconsin for a few hours. Hello friends, let's have a little chat and finally wrap up the vlog from the first week of the year. I have been having trouble. I can't even tell you how many times I recorded this final clip and I'm never coherent. So let's hope that I make sense this time around because this is it. I thought about just scrapping the footage from the first week of the year. I think I have like vlog footage through Wednesday, January 6th. And if you live in the United States, and even if you live outside of the United States, you probably know what happened that day. The Capitol in the US, the Capitol building was attacked. And my vlogging just kind of fell off because the rest of the week was like just kind of processing the events that happened. And I didn't realize at the start of the year when I came up with my word for 2021 that I would have to draw on it less than 7 days into the year. So let's go back and talk about my word for the year. First, I'll tell you how I usually come up with them. My words for the year, sometimes it's one word, sometimes I've had two. Last year was fearless and bloom. This year, we'll get to that. But my words for the year usually come in the last couple weeks, maybe last couple months of a year. And it's a word, usually a word that just keeps coming to me. And I didn't feel like I had any word that was doing that at the end of 2020. I wasn't sure if I would have a word for 2021. And then I realized that I kept using a word on Instagram and posts or just in my day-to-day life. And that word was joy. Because for so many, 2020 lacked joy. Understandably for everybody with the pandemic, the year was incredibly stressful. For me, it's a year that I obviously, like I think pretty much everyone else, don't want to relive. But for me, it wasn't the worst year that I've had. I've had years that just personally were harder. And as I look back on those years that had experiences that I'd rather not remember, years that I think this was so bad, I wish I hadn't lived through it, I start to reframe that or rethink it, because even in those years, there are periods of time and little pockets of time that have memories that are so great, that bring me so much joy, that forgetting that year would mean forgetting these great memories that have shaped me. Well, even the bad things have shaped me, but these good memories that I just live with, memories that I don't want to forget. So even though the year as a whole was just, 1 year in particular that I would classify as the worst year of my life, there are all these memories throughout that I want to hold on to. I can't forget about that year. I can't, even the bad things, because if I forgot about the bad things, I'd also forget about all these good, joy-filled moments. And when I think back on 2020 and how stressful it was, I can think back on some pretty dark moments throughout the year. But I can also think back on some really beautiful moments that brought me a lot of joy. And when I think back on these moments, they're all moments that I sought out. And I think, I truly believe, as we go through hard times, like 2021, people say there's light at the end of the tunnel, but it's still not easy. There's still a lot, obviously, looking at the first week of the year, but there's still a lot right now with everything that's happening in Texas. We're not done with the hardship. The pandemic is still going. We still have restrictions in place. Bad things still happen. And I think the key to getting through those hard times, those stressful years, really is seeking out and choosing to have moments that are filled with joy. Whether it's a walk around a lake or visiting a sunflower field. It's one of my joy-filled moments from 2020. Or whether it's just making that movie night with the kids at home extra special with maybe a hot chocolate tray. I did that with my niece and nephew last year. Or building a fort. Maybe it's just you and you want to build a fort and hide out with your dog or with your books or whatever it is. Finding those things and intentionally choosing these moments that will bring us joy. I truly believe these are the ways to get through. This is the way we need to get through stressful years. These are the things that keep us going, that remind us that there are beautiful things in life, even when it all feels hard. And sometimes it feels really, really dark. So, not even 7 days into 2021, there was the attack on the Capitol. And it was like, it wasn't a shock to me. I was anticipating this. I honestly was anticipating it on election night, no matter who won. I thought we would see stuff happening. And the only thing that surprised me was how long it took for something to happen. So it wasn't shocking, but it wasn't fun to watch. That's an understatement, but yeah. There was this weight and this sinking feeling as I watched what was happening, as I saw footage, as I heard different reports coming from the Capitol that day. And if you hear snoring, my dog is right here next to me, snoozing. Anyway, back to January 6th. And that's when I realized that it was time to put this word into practice, joy. So I was at a restaurant after my meeting in Wisconsin. I found a cheese shop, because when in Wisconsin you find fresh cheese curds. And they had food I hadn't eaten that day, so that's where I was when I heard the news. And I left and I found a state park that I was able to drive through and just see the snow on the trees and spend some time out in nature. I wasn't there for long, but it was exactly what I needed. Just a minute of calm to take a deep breath, to remember that this world is a beautiful place and that there are these moments that we can take to relax and breathe. And then I went back to Minnesota. And the next day, I had plans with my dad to go on a birthday walk because it was his birthday. And this is a thing he and I used to do when I was younger. We would go on a birthday walk around my birthday and talk about the year that had passed, the year that was ahead, and how he could be helpful to me. And we haven't done that for a long time, but I took him out on a birthday walk for his birthday. And, you know, it was a cold day, really dreary. It was really gray. There was a frost on all the trees. It was just like the world outside reflected kind of the feelings inside. And it would have been easy to say, you know what, the weather is kind of gross, it's really cold. Spirits are kind of heavy right now, let's not do this. But we did, and I'm glad we did, because it was a beautiful, cold, brisk, part of it was brisk, part of it was cold walk in one of my favorite places right now. And he had never been there, and it was fun to take him to a place that I've been visiting frequently. So it was a very quiet walk. We really didn't say much as we made our way across the dams, but it was a lot of fun. And he and I both felt better and rejuvenated. Well, at least I felt better and rejuvenated when we got back. I shouldn't speak for him. But I know he said he had fun. And we have talked about doing that again, and we haven't. So this is my reminder to take my dad out someplace. But yeah, it would have been easy to say, we're not going to do this today. But I'm glad we did. I'm glad we chose this moment that brought joy. And it really did help in dealing with some of the heaviness that we felt that week. So this is my encouragement to you, that if life feels really heavy and dark as we continue through 2021 and in the years to come, that you intentionally choose joy and do something or seek out a moment that will bring you joy, because those are the moments that will help us get through the dark and heavy times. So we can say goodbye to the first week of the year now. Let me know. We're almost done with the second month of the year. So let me know about a moment that brought you joy so far. And I will talk to you all later. Bye.